Welcome to Pregnancy and Postpartum TV. Today we're doing prenatal yoga or pregnancy yoga. It's a full body feel good class to get rid of any pregnancy aches and pains, and I always do labor prep for natural labor as well. I am wearing a belly today for demonstration purposes. I'm not currently pregnant right now. I do have 3 kids, but I do put out pregnancy, yoga, and fitness videos every week. So if you like videos like these, please subscribe and hit the notification bell. The only equipment that you need today is a mat or a comfortable floor, of course, a water bottle to keep hydrated, and also you could have a pillow. I'm going to use the pillow under my knees when we do a couple of poses on our knees just to keep my knees more comfortable, and then at the end you can use it for Savasana as well. This class is safe for all trimesters. However, always be safe, get clearance from your doctor, listen to your body, and only do the poses that feel safe for you. If you want to sit on your pillow now, you can sit on your pillow or a block, or you can just sit on the mat, and we'll bring ourselves onto our mat into this space, let go of any other stresses or worries. We can start with some gentle neck circles. And if you want to bring your shoulders into it, you can. Good. And now we can do a chest opener. You can bring your hands behind you and go up onto your knees, or if it's hard for you to cross your legs, you can also do reverse tabletop, and then push your hips forward, lots of length in your spine so you're not dropping your head back. Take a breath here. And release down. You can grab your knees and then round out this way. And we'll do that stretch one more time, pushing your hips forward. Nice stretch through your shoulders. Good. And coming back down and rounding out the other way. From here we can get onto all fours, and then we'll warm up our hips. So you can just do hip circles, whatever feels good. And if you're ready, you can go the other way. Tucking your toes. Now we'll press into a downward dog. If you want to move your hands a little bit forward, you can for a wider stance. And moving into our first downward dog. Fingers are spread. You want to take the weight out of your wrists and spread it throughout your hands. And heels are pressing down towards the mat, but they don't have to touch. You can bend your knee and walk them out, alternating. And we'll take one more breath here. We can take tiny steps forward, walking our feet towards our hands. Your feet can come wider apart to make lots of room for your belly, and slight bend in your knees, and then you can roll up one vertebra at a time. And from here you can place your right foot in the center and step your left foot back and inhale your arms up for warrior one. And breathe. You can take your left hand down and do a slight side bend, opening up through your ribs. And we'll side bend the other way. And bringing that hand down, we can step back to the top of the mat and we'll switch sides. And inhale, arms up and sinking down into warrior one, spreading your toes. Weight is spread evenly to the four corners of each foot. And we'll take one hand down and side bend again. Inhale back up and switch sides. And bending the other way. And inhale up, bringing that hand back to the hip and stepping forward. And then we're going to step out to warrior two. Inhale your arms out to the side, bending your front leg. And breathe. Now we're going to take the arms into eagle position to get a nice stretch through the upper back. And so one hand comes over top, bending your elbows, and then reaching around for your palms. And elbows lift up, hands are lifting towards the ceiling. Sink a little bit lower with your legs. Beautiful. And unwinding your arms, coming back to warrior two. We'll take our forearm on our leg and reach up for side angle. And we can take some big arm circles here. So with the tips of your fingers drawing a big circle around the room, opening up through your shoulder. This should feel good. And we'll do one more circle. And straightening that front leg. We can undo our arms and come to warrior two on the other side. Legs are active and as if they're dragging in towards each other. And now we'll cross the other arm over and move into eagle on the other side. Elbows lift up for a stretch in the upper back, sinking a little bit lower into your warrior legs. And gently unwinding and moving into side angle, taking your forearm on your leg and taking a breath here in side angle. And drawing a big circle with your fingertips. And on an inhale, coming out of the pose, straighten your leg, and we'll step towards the front of your mat, coming back to heart center. We can separate our feet about hip width distance apart, and we will inhale, sit back into chair pose. Weight is spread evenly through the four corners of the foot again, and breathe. Sink down a little bit lower. Core is engaged as if you're holding your baby in tight to your spine. And inhale, coming up. Exhale, and inhale back into another chair pose. Sinking a little bit lower, and inhale, coming out. And this time we'll fold all the way forward. You can bend your knees slightly, place your hands on your hips, and fold forward with a lengthened spine. If you need to separate your feet a little bit wider to make room for your belly, you can relax forward. You can clasp your elbows, or if it feels good, you can place your hands on either side of your head and gently relax forward in this forward fold. Breathe. Beautiful. And rolling back up. We'll move into tree pose here. So grounding one foot, spreading your toes, and you can either place your foot on your calf or above your knee, bringing your hands to heart center, finding something still to gaze at, and lifting your hands, core is engaged, and being very still. Shoulders are relaxed down your back, face is relaxed. And bringing your hands down. With control, we'll move to the other side. Again, centering your weight, spreading your toes, bringing your other leg up, and steady, even breaths. Good. And again, moving out of the pose, bringing that foot down. Now we're going to come into a yogi squat. So you can take your feet about the width of a mat apart and bending your knees, shooting your hips back. We'll come all the way down on the ground. If your heels pop off, that's okay. Or if you want to put something underneath, we'll bring our hands to heart center, and it's okay if your elbows are pressing against your knees. This is a great position for birth preparation. Did this every day during my pregnancies. And breathe. Perfect. So from here, we'll place our hands in front of us, and you can shift your weight forward and come carefully onto all fours. Not letting our belly just flop out, but keeping our core engaged and our baby held tight into your spine. We can round out for cat, and then we'll do cow. And it might feel good to really focus on lengthening through your lower spine. And then inhale, looking up, and then moving with your breath. Exhale, inhale. And we'll come back to a neutral spine or a flat back. And again, engaging your core, and we will lift one leg and opposite arm out. And then you can either stay here, or if you want to, you can bend your knee and reach for your ankle and stretch here, keeping your core engaged, not swaying your back too much. And release, move back to a dog bird and back down. And we'll do that on the other side. And you can either stay here, or if you want, again, bend your knee, reach for your ankle, press your ankle into your hand, stretching. And one more breath here. And release out with control. Now we'll take our knees quite wide apart for a child's pose. So you can walk your hands forward and stretch out your back. If it feels good, you can walk your hands to one side and really stretch. Baby's been getting up under your ribs. This might feel good. And walking and stretching the other way. And you can walk your hands back up. And if you have a pillow and you want to put it under your knees, you can put it under your knees now. We're going to move into Camel Pose. So coming up on your knees, you can place your hands on your lower back, lots of length, shoulders are relaxed down, and then slight bend and opening your chest. If you wanted to do the more advanced pose and you're comfortable, you could reach down for your heels, but feel free to stay here. Beautiful. And using your core, coming up slowly and safely. Next, we're going to move into a lunge. So I'm just going to move my pillow back so the pillow can go under one knee, and then step the other foot forward, and then moving your hips, shift them forward, and you can either place your hands on your knee here, or if it feels comfortable, you can move forward and place your hands on the ground beside your foot. Beautiful, and pressing into your foot if you're down, coming back up and shifting your hips back, and we'll come back on your knees and switching sides. Nice stretch through your hip flexor here, and you can move down to the ground if that feels good. And pressing into your front foot. Hands come back on the leg and shifting you right back. And coming back to your knees. Now we're going to move down into Janu Shirshasana. So getting on your bum, you can straighten one leg and bring the other foot in. We will inhale up and extend over that leg, and foot is flexed, and breathe. Beautiful. Now let's go for a wide leg forward fold. And you can either stay sitting up tall, or if it feels good, you can stretch forward. Ready, coming up, we'll do Janu Shirshasana on the other side. So shifting your hips to be square with your front leg. Inhale up and extending forward. Let's get down on our side, so carefully getting down on your side, and you can place your hand to support your head, and we'll take our foot with our hand, and you can do a quad stretch. And while we're here, let's do a few Kegels. And so you can picture a blueberry at the opening of your vagina, and we're going to suck it up and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Good. You keep stretching your leg, or you can release it down. We'll do a few more Kegels here, and Kegel and hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Fully relax. It's just as important to relax between, and blueberry goes up. Hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release down. And again, Kegel. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release down. Good. So we can grab our knee now, and we'll do big circles again, just opening up your hips. And you can go both ways. And we can move to the other side. And once you're comfortable, again doing a quad stretch, and we'll do one more Kegel holding the quad stretch and lifting up your Kegel. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. And if you want, you can release your stretch, and I'll let you do a few more Kegels on your own time. Perfect. And when you're ready, do some more hip circles with this leg. And switch directions. I'm getting some crack snapple pops from my hip. Good. And when you're ready, come back up and you can get to all fours. We'll press into downward dog. And you can bring one foot in the center and release one leg up behind you. And then we'll swing this through for Pigeon Pose. If Pigeon Pose isn't comfortable for you, you could also do a seated 4-figure stretch, walking your back leg back if you're going to do Pigeon, and sitting up nice and tall. You shouldn't feel any sensation in your knee. If you feel any sensation, then I would do the modification instead. And releasing forward, and you can relax your head down or up on your fists and breathe. Coming up and moving to the other side. Pressing into downward dog, lifting the other leg up behind you and swinging it through. On your next exhale, coming back up, pressing into your hands and tucking your back foot and pressing into our last downward dog. You can move your hips back and forth. And coming back to hands and knees, we'll work our way to Savasana. So you can take your pillow and place it between your knees if you have it. And we'll lay down on our side. If you wanted to put another pillow under your head or just relax it on your arm, you can place your hand on your belly and send love to your baby. Scan your body and all your muscles that are constantly working and firing all day. You want to turn off all your muscles and fully relax. So scanning your body from the tips of your toes muscles in your feet and your thighs and your legs and your belly and your chest and your back. Relax your arms and your fingers and your face and your tongue. This can also be a helpful position for labor when you're fully relaxing, letting your cervix open, letting your body do the work. And you can either stay here and rest, or if you want, you can stretch your fingers and toes in opposite direction. And find your way up to a seated position. I'm going to pick a pregnancy yoga card for the day, and the yoga card today is "My body is healthy and strong and made to birth." And I so strongly believe that it is. Women have been birthing babies from the beginning of time, and our bodies really are made to birth. There are preparation that we can do, and you're doing it with prenatal yoga. So thank you so much for joining me today. Namaste to you, and namaste to the babies. I also have lots of free resources for pregnant moms that I will put in the description box below. So for example, I have the free download of the pregnancy yoga cards. I have a pregnancy meal plan that I put together as a registered dietitian, as well as a complete guide on how to reduce and cope with pain during labor. If you like this yoga class, please let me know by hitting the thumbs up. And I put out weekly pregnancy and postpartum fitness and yoga. So if you like videos like these, please subscribe and hit the notification bell and share this with another pregnancy community that you think would enjoy this. I'd love to hear how many weeks pregnant you are. You can let me know in the comments below. And you did amazing. Thank you again so much for joining me, and I'll see you in the next video.